Five Horse in 1965. This podcast covers the role of Five Horse in the 1965 war. As an introduction, Five Horse was raised in 1857 and was a 1922 amalgamation of two cavalry units, both raised in 1857. It saw limited action in Burma in Second World War, where it suffered just 16 casualties in whole of Second World War. When Pakistan was created in 1947, Five Horse was a much pampered regiment. Its special status revolved around the fact that the regiment was hot favorite of moneyed aristocrats and generals' sons. The regiment was much favored as many of its officers rose to 2 and 3 star rank. Golasan, the director of military operations in 1965, was from this unit. The regiment was not as aggressively used as it could have been in 1965 war. This gave rise to many rumors and conjectures that the regiment was a hot favorite. There were too many coincidences, but the job of this scribe is to write military history and not to indulge in rumor mongering, a favorite subcontinental habit. The regiment belonged to 4 Armored Brigade, which was to go into attack first. But instead, this role was allotted to 5 Armored Brigade. So 5 Horse did not see action when the armor battle started in Khemkaran. The regiment was sparingly employed in Khemkaran battles and given safer roles, but this also may be a coincidence. When 4 Armored Brigade was sent to Chavenda, the regiment was kept in the safest corner of the battlefield. This too may have been a coincidence. 5 Horse was part of the 4th Armored Brigade of the 1st Armored Division. It reached the bridgehead in Khemkaran on 8 September 1965 and early morning 9 September 1965. On 9 September 1965, it was launched northward along Rohi Nala's east bank. When it was very clear that this area was not occupied by the Indians, 5 Horse leaguered south of Mastgarh as indicated in maps that follow. On 10 September 1965, the regiment was curiously unemployed, whereas this was the most decisive day of the war for Pakistan, as 4 cavalry was launched to hit the Indian deep flank. Only one squadron of 5 Horse was placed under command 10 FF, and this force also lost direction, went astray, and spread supreme confusion, as it was supposed to move east of 4 cavalry. Instead, 10 FF and 5 Horse group moved west of 4 cavalry. This led 4 cavalry to confusing this force on its left with Indian tanks. As a result, 4 cavalry left its leading B squadron to mask this position, as a result of which 4 cavalry was left with only 2 squadrons, and this lapse contributed to 4 cavalry's ultimate failure. 5 Horses B squadron, commanded by Major Ishtiyaq and grouped with 10 FF, is whitewashed in Pakistani histories. What this squadron did or most likely did not do is left to the reader's imagination. Mahmood's account last placed this squadron at Lucknow protecting 10 FF regiments rear. What did it do afterwards is not known. Gallantry awards awarded to 5 horse, Imtiazi Sanad 1. Fatal casualties 5. The regiment saw near zero action in terms of Indian Army and was very sparingly employed by Brigadier Lum in Khemkaran and later in Chavanda battles when Riazul Karim was the brigade commander. As you can see this map, 5 horse moved from concentration area to the battle area in Kasur, Khemkaran sector on 7th and 8th September 1965. As you can see, starting from Bhai Bheru to Manga, Zafar K, Ravand, Rukunwala, Kasur, this is the bridgehead area. And then on 9th September, as you can see, 5 horse was grouped on the left flank where there was nothing. So 9th September hardly did anything, as you can see. And in the evening, the regiment, as you can see, B Squadron 5 horse was placed under command 10 FF for advance northward on 10 September. This squadron led 10 FF advance till Lucknow. As you can see, this was on 10 September. And this led to a lot of confusion because this force was supposed to be on the right of 4 cavalry, and 4 cavalry had to leave a squadron there to mask this so-called Indian tank concentration, which actually was the 5 horse squadron and 10 FF. As you can see, there was a sort of a Five horse B squadron commanded by Major Ishtiaq and grouped with 10 FF is whitewashed in the Pakistani histories. What this squadron did or did not do is left to the reader's imagination. Mahmood's account last placed this squadron at Lucknow protecting 10 FF regiments rear. This you can see.